So hello everyone. So here we are on our final stand-up. So in this final stand-up, I'll be the Scrum Master for Team H2O. My name is Melvin. So here are our discussion plan towards the final stand-up. I hope everyone is okay throughout this final stand-up because we already have 3 intermediate stand-ups and also 1 initial stand-ups. So many stand-ups that we have been through. So first of all, we'll be doing final check of everything that we have done, the dashboarding, the Power BI file, and also the Microsoft project file. And then the second part, we'll be discussing about the project review and evaluation. What could we do better? And then we discuss the duration, the task duration. Is there any difference with the first one, and etc. etc. And then the third step is we'll be discussing about the retro column in the Padlet board, the comments that we have already made in the Padlet board, and then the final step, and then the fourth step and the final step is the final thoughts and comments. Maybe the members of Team H2O would like to share final thoughts and final impression towards this discussion, towards all of the discussion and the tasks that we have done in the past 2 months. So let's get started. So first of all, shall we check on the Power BI first, shall?
Okay, sure. Okay. So as what I showed in the previous stand-up, there's nothing that changed. It's just exactly the same. Yeah.
So there's nothing missing, right? Everything's good.
Yeah. If you guys have anything that you want to add or change, you can let me know.
I think it's all good. Meanwhile, you show the financial performance and the cash movement just now. You did share to us regarding the PDF file. So I'm actually not very sure how to print it in PDF file. Do you mind if you can show us one time? Do you do a screenshot or how?
No, basically I just go to export and then I press export to PDF. Then it just generates the PDF of the Power BI. Okay, and then this is just the buttons to navigate.
Yeah, I think it's all good for me. Okay, sure. Yeah, so we'll be moving on to the project file. So I think we just need to check about the dashboarding part, right? Since that's the one we do. Anything you guys like to add?
No, I think no, right? We just need to check all the tasks are being marked as completed, so all have ticks. I think should be fine already.
Oh yeah, also I add another thing in the D6 since this is a new task, right, from the updated PDF. I add the predecessors because we have Chala did this part before this part, right? Right. I just add this 32 as the predecessor for D6 lah. Is that okay to you guys?
I think the predecessor would be 30
for D6.
Yeah.
Okay. So 30, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So anything else?
We need to remove 32.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sure.
Oh, wait. Sorry. After 33, the column, the row 34, the predecessor.
Yes.
Do we put 33 also?
Oh yeah, I think we need to put 33 as well. Correct. Nice part. I think that will be all for the Microsoft project file.
Yes.
So we'll be moving on to the next discussion plan. Moving on to the project review and evaluation. So I'll read through the PDF file, determine whether all the requirements have been met. So the requirements have been met, right? All of the requirements, because we already final check everything. So secondly, evaluate the success of each task. Okay. So I think I should start first, because I did the task first, right? The first 2 tasks first.
Oh.
So I think maybe I should start first. And then later Amanda would go, and then later Wensheng, and then lastly it's Chala, right?
Okay.
So I think for me, there's no problem. I just wish that I could do it sooner because my part is quite easy. So I think the success would be okay, consider a success task. So maybe Amanda, you want to go next?
Can. For my creating relationship, first of all, I will thank Marvin because I was creating the relationship, and luckily it was tally with the output produced by Marvin. And if without your output, I would doubting myself whether am I doing the correct thing. And yeah. So for the scope requirement, basically there's nothing because it's already mentioned in appendix. So for my part, not a big problem for me. I would like to pass it to Wenjun.
Yeah. Okay. For my task is mockup designs and design review. I think. Where's the design review order? I think we need to change the.
Yeah, I need to move up.
Yeah. That one.
Okay. Sure. This one, right?
Yeah, this one, right?
Okay.
I think these 2 tasks are success. For the mockup design, I just create the simple design for 3 tabs, and later Jala will do it for more creative. And after for the next review design, I need to thank you to the seller. She created the PDF for me because I don't know how to create it. And later I sent to Mr. Bryce, and he said it is simple and nice. So I think it is good.
Okay.
So for my part, creating the visuals, Wenzen has already helped to like create some of the analytics, like the graphs and the tables. So I only changed like a few of the visuals, and then I basically like went online to search like on the color palette on like how to make it look better and nicer, and like and basically I also tried to like add buttons so that it can be like a bit more interactive, and I would make it easier for our client to actually navigate through and analyze the information that they want. Yeah. So basically, overall, there's nothing much for my part, just that it took a bit longer because there was like a bit of like problem with like finding out on how to calculate the margin, basically adding the calculation, the format into the card for the gross profit and net profit margin. So, but in the end, I was able to solve it. And then, yeah, basically overall, it's a pretty good experience on like trying to design and making it more interesting. Yeah.
Okay, so I would say that for all of our tasks is a huge success because there's not really a big problem, right, for all of our tasks, I would say.
Yeah.
So I think I would say it's a huge success. So everything is okay for the task. So okay, moving on to the next part, we will compare the estimated durations, budget, and resource allocation with the actual ones. So I think we should open the appendix and compare it with the project file. Okay, so let me stop share first. Okay, so now I'll share both of the files. So we'll be comparing durations, resource, and budget. Let's start from the beginning. Plan data schema. In the appendix, it says that it's 2 days, right? So I basically do it in 1 day, and load flat files is the same 1 day. Script relationship is 1 day. Scope requirement is end users. Mockup designs, we did it in 2 days, while the appendix says it 3 days. And also D4 and D5, it says that each of it is 5 days, and we finish it in 4 days in total. So now we will discuss any discrepancies and the reason behind of this happening. So I'll start first. So for my part, the plan data schema part, because in the appendix it says 2 days, right? But they already provide the data schema in the appendix as well. So I don't really do anything for C1, so that's why it's considered as 1 day. And also load flat files. Load flat files is very easy. You just load the files into the Power BI, so that's why it takes 1 day. So Amanda, you want to take the next part?
Yeah, so the create relationship was using the file provided by Melvin that he has already completed for the part C1 and C2. So what I was doing was like I using the function available in the Power BI, and then I join all those things up by using the relationship function in there. So this is how I created that. So like mentioned, C4 is a milestone, so you just take up a 0 day. So for my part, it's also generally quite okay.
Yeah, for my part, since all the file I need is already in the Power BI, so I just need to create the table, charts, and the other visuals. So it is just a simple design for me. So I take it for 2 days. And review design is, and the Mr. Price reply me as soon as possible, only so within the day. So I just take it for 1 day.
Then for my part, I took 2 days for creating the financial performance. Firstly, is because of the formula for the net profit and gross profit margin. Yeah, and also I was trying to figure out like how to insert the formula into it so that it calculates into the percentage. And then yeah, after that I changed some visuals, and I was like thinking like how to like what kind of information that can be useful for the clients to see, instead of just creating like totals for everything and then showing tables, which can be quite blunt. So that's why I was like, basically the thought process took a bit longer, and some of the time was contributed to designing as well. So that's why it took like around 2 days. And then for the cash position, it's also the same. Yeah, I basically like I was a bit like unsure on like what to put for the cash movement tab, because like most of the information is already inserted there. So I was thinking like kind of like additional graphs that I can put in so that it can be useful for the client also. And then the third one, the invoices tab, is just pretty simple. Is I basically just added like a CSV table and then showing the receivables, payables, and then I combined the calendar date by creating new columns that Mr. Bryce sent an email to us on how to do it using the estimated of time, I think estimated of month, something like that. And then that took like around 1 day for me. Yes.
Okay. Maybe is there any reason like for D4 and D5, right? The recommended time is 10 days, but you did it in only 4 days, so is there any reason why you can do it so fast, compared to the recommended time?
Oh, because basically I was eager to finish it as soon as possible, so I don't really drag it. That's why I tried to I spent like a few hours sitting there like just doing it. So that's why it took a bit shorter.
Okay, so glad to hear it lah. Okay, so I think that's pretty much that's it, right, for any discrepancies and the reasons behind them. So I think move forward to the next discussion plan. Okay, so here it is. The original cost in the right side and the new cost in the left side list. So so for C1, it took less cost because I only did it in 1 day, right? And the recommend time is 2 days. So the cost is smaller compared to the original file. And then the C2 is still the same because it's the same duration. C3 as well. So Amanda, you want to talk about your part?
So for like creating the relationship in terms of the budget.
Yes.
So like as portrays from the C3, like during the total cost it was 650, so it was aligned with those being given. So the fixed cost was 0 because it's just a create relationship, and yeah, so the remaining was also 0 because the baseline was 650 as well. So yeah, that's why it's 0.
Okay, so Wencheng, you want to take your part?
Yeah. Well, for my part, the original cost is 2,400, but I think I reduced the duration to 2 days, so the cost will be reducted to 1,600, and the review design is 800, I think same as the original cost.
Then for my part, the original cost will be 1,500 for D4, D5, and then since I took like 2 days, so they minus 900 and it becomes 600. The actual cost that I took was 600, for both tasks. And then D6, because initially we didn't have this task and we created it now, so there was like no variance. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I think that's pretty simple, right? If you're talking about cost, because it's related to the duration. So is there anything you guys want to add?
No.
Okay. Okay, so we'll move on to the next part. I think it's the final part. So we'll be talking about the retro column in the Padlet board. So I'll share screen for the Padlet board again. Okay, so the first column is talking about what went well throughout the project. So Chelo, you want to explain first about your comments?
Yeah, okay. So basically, I think we all have pretty good communication process when like everyone can just agree to one thing, and like if like there's any difference in opinions, we'll discuss it. So that's pretty good communication, no arguments and all that. And yeah, then we are able to work well because of the smooth communication. And but even though there were like some problems, we managed to solve it thanks to like our good communication. And basically I think we all did very well, so kudos and shout out to Wenzeng for always being responsive. Yeah.
Okay, so glad to hear it. So next person is Wencheng. Do you want to explain your comments on this one?
Okay, I think my opinions are similar to Charlotte. Yeah, I think we have good communication, so our work well, and I think my members, all of us, are very serious, responsible, and proactive. So we always responsible to our individual work, and I think we always attended to our meeting, so it is really good. So show us to our team members.
Okay. So the next part, oh yeah, it's me. So I would say I pretty much agree with you both because I also have another group project right in another unit this semester, and I would say by far this group I think have the best communication because we always keep updating each other. Like if we have problems, if we have finished the task, we always keep updating in the group chat. So yeah, I would say I pretty much agree with you both. So also for the meetings, also everyone was always present for the meeting. There is no absent member. So yeah, kudos to Team H2O, and I love the spirit. So
Yeah.
Amanda, you want to go next?
Sure. So like what I put is comment, like first of all I really like to say thank you to you all because like in this assignment I'm not that good in terms of the business analytic units, and sometimes I quite slow with the assignments requirement, and thanks for your like patience in like clarifying my doubts and leading me because I'm not very good in using the Power BI and in using the MS project. Yeah, thanks for backupping, and great to have you all in team.
No worries. So let's move on to the next column. So is there anything that you like to say about what did not go well? So Charlie, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So personally, based on my experience, I think that the part that did not go well for me will be the task 2.5 and 6, where I kind of like struggled a lot initially, like on like how to solve the over allocation. Because basically I think like there wasn't initially there wasn't a very clear instruction on telling us that we can actually skip 2.4. 2.5 if there's no allocation in 2.4. So I kind of like spent like quite a long time, like for more than a week, trying to solve that. But eventually, like it was everything is like solved after we went for consultation with the team. So yeah, thank you everyone for like trying to try to solve this task. And yeah, after that it was like everything smooth already after the part 2. Yeah.
Okay, so glad to hear it. Wencheng, you want to go next?
Yeah, for me, I think the biggest problem is also this one. I think we spent the longest time during this period, and well, successfully we solved it because we after we meet the consultation with our tutor. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Amanda, you would like to go next?
Can. So I agree with Jala also. For the over allocation issue, I was quite blurred during that time. I remember like during while we are doing the allocation task, like we are keep on messaging and discussing on the WhatsApp group. So it makes me feel very comfortable. Like even though we encounter any issue, but luckily we managed to solve for the allocation. The way that we resolving difficulties, I like the way that we do it.
Okay, so the next will be me. So yeah, I agree with you all because there was a bit of a rough patch, right? When we were doing the over allocation problems, we were quite blurred and there is no really clear instruction also in the forum, but luckily we managed to do it. And overall, the team has been doing very, very great. And maybe the only thing that could be improved, I think this one is on me because my task is quite easy in the dashboarding part. I think if I do it a bit sooner, the dashboarding part could be done sooner lah. I think this one is on me. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the second column lah for me.
Yeah, but overall, I think it's quite good. Besides just the part 2, I think overall quite okay.
Okay, so moving on to the last column. So how to improve? Charlotte, do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, so personally I think this is maybe it's just for me. So I think like our technical skills are quite okay. Maybe it's just for me. I think that my analytical skills is not really good. Like for example, when we are asked to like provide recommendations and like give reasons on like why there's like for example like why it's not completed on time and like why there's like over allocation, like all these kind of like reasoning. I think there's like a room for me to improve on like how to brush up the explanations and all that. Yeah, and overall, I think we all did a very good job because it's our first time in using these two platforms, which is MS Project and Power BI. So it's like a learning curve for all of us, and I believe we will get better in the future when we are more familiar with it. Yeah, so everyone was very supportive, and I would say well done, everyone. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Chella. So, Wenchang, do you want to go next?
Yeah, for me, I think this is the first time that we use Microsoft Project and Power BI. So sometimes when we face some problems, we don't know why the problems will occur. So we need to spend a lot of time to find the problem and solve it. So I think especially for me, I think I need to improve the technical skill. And also I think sometimes I will be confused by the task because there's too many things to do and use two different softwares. But sometimes I don't know what to do. But I think my team members really helps me because you all go through step by step, and that also get me to do my work, I think. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think we all struggle a bit lah when it comes to Microsoft project, right? It's because of the over-allocation problem as well. So next, Amanda, you want to go next?
Yes, can. So I agree with Wenjang just now. I'm not very good in terms of the technical skills. But during the consultation with the tutor, it was like it really provides me a clear understanding and insights on what are the things that we have to do in this assignment. Like it just pulled me back to the right track. Prior to that, I was even blurred during that time. But luckily, thanks for your guiding and thanks for everyone for your patience in leading. So yeah, and we managed to go through this. Yeah, thank you so much for clarifying all the doubts that I have patiently previously.
Okay, no worries, no worries. So okay, so I'll go next. So I think I would agree more to Chalice because I think personally for me, like the technical isn't really a problem, but it more towards the analytical skills because yeah, I think for me personally, I don't really have much problem in the technical one because maybe just sometimes the instructions is just a bit unclear lah. I mean, that's pretty much it. But also this one is also on me, like I said earlier, from my perspective, I would say that the team could actually finish the dashboarding part a bit sooner because this one is on me because I didn't really familiarize with the tasks as soon as possible because if I familiarize with the task that I have been assigned to sooner, I would know that my task is quite easy because it only takes me around 1 day to finish all the tasks that have been assigned to me. So this one is pretty much on me. But nonetheless, Team H2O has been super nice and solid throughout the semester, and I really appreciate my supportive team members throughout this project. Okay, so I think any further comments toward the retro part, guys? Is there anything that you guys would like to add?
No, I think overall we did good.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything else from you guys? Any further comments? Okay, I think that's pretty much it, right? We have a very long stand up for this one, right?
Yeah.
I think we should just end it before it gets longer. So
Yeah.
thank you guys and see you for the final presentation, and bye bye.
Okay, bye
Bye.
guys.
Bye bye.
Thank you.